Howdy, y'all. I wanted to talk about Fame Game Welcome to Hollywood. This is an FMV style dating game, and it's a unique experience. Now, I've done some reviews of FMV games in the past, and each one's been slightly different from the other, and I find the case to be the same here. This one is a dating sort of a game. In the past, I've played, more of a Korean style one where you're playing the girl character, trying to choose from guys. I've done the dates one where you're a guy dating a bunch of women. So yeah, this game is about you playing this guy who happens to be super attractive. Don't know what he looks like because it's supposed to be you. So I'm just playing as I would be the attractive person in the situation. And you're working on a set for a soap opera. You start kind of as a helper, an extra, and then you get moved up to a bigger role. And as you're playing through the experience, you run into all these women. One you knew for a very long time, and a lot of the other ones you're just meeting around on the film set, and maybe one like outside the film set. So as you're going through this experience, you meet all these different women, and then you get all these choices. You get to choose, if you want to spend more time with this woman or this woman, and then that kind of determines how the story goes. And just like all of the other FMV games, there's multiple endings to this, alternate routes you can take. As I played it through, I played it once from the beginning all the way to the end. There was one character in particular that I gravitated towards, and I kind of stuck with that character mostly throughout the whole game, where I was like, that's the one I'm going after, and I'm going to stick with her. There were some moments where I was forced to kind of spend time with other characters, though, and I wouldn't be able to spend time with her, and it was kind of nice to vary it up. And as I went along, I was like, is there like a secondary choice here I'm thinking about, or maybe not, but I'm mostly stuck with her. Now, playing through this game also, there's actually another character in the game that I haven't been able to unlock or meet up with. There's one scene where I see her for like a hot second, and I know she's a character that you can unlock to have interactions with in the game, but even like going back after being it the first time, I tried to find alternate routes to unlock that path, and I still haven't figured it out. And I know if I unlock this path, this would be another person that I would pursue besides the one that I ended up picking at the end. And, it's weird because this one, it takes place in Hollywood and LA. You can tell the budget of this is all filmed in one location that's somebody's house, or they rented a little mansion place to spend the shoot there, because everything in this is filmed in this place. Even when you get to later scenes later on that's supposed to take place outside, there's maybe one scene that's maybe in a different location, but even when they're going to big events, it's literally like this tiny little room with like all this seating where like they're at some big show, and then there's supposed to be like, hundreds of people there, and then there's like 10 people in this cramped little corner. You can tell it's all filmed in this house, and it's kind of crazy to see. And the acting in it, is really goofy and silly. Some of the stuff that was said in this, I was like, this is a little, I don't know if like people would be offended by some of the stuff that is said in this, where it's like, okay, but at the same time, it's like you have to go in the mindset that this is pure fantasy, right? So it's like somewhat realistic in terms of maybe how things are shot or whatnot, but overall, like all the characters in this, like all the women, props to them, because they're playing like sometimes like cartoon versions of women in this, and it comes across as really goofy. I think that's part of the point of it, because it's supposed to be kind of silly, but sometimes like I was feeling uncomfortable a couple moments, being like, this feels a little weird to me to have this reaction with this woman. There is like a guy character who's like the director. He's the only other main character you see throughout until the very end. Once you get towards like the last third of the game, this other character that's also a male character kind of shows back up from the beginning, and then it kind of ramps up the confrontation there. This game I played on PC. You can just use a controller or a mouse and keyboard. It's just point and click. That's all you're doing. You're just making choices and just going through what the consequences of those are. After you beat the game, you can go back and see what your other options are. As far as features go, I didn't see really any behind the scenes that I came across. Maybe I have to do more stuff to unlock that, but all I saw was kind of mini trailers for each character advertising the game. This game took me, I would say, like 3 to 4 hours to get through, so not super long. Main story, it's whatever, it's not the point. It's like, how do I get dates with these one? You know, that's what it is. It's a dating game. It was interesting to play one that took place in LA that seemed like that was filmed here, maybe in LA as well, compared to other games I played where they've been filmed in other countries and things of that sort. So it was kind of a refreshing take to play this experience. And it just makes me more fascinated at the end of the day of how they make these games. That's what was my biggest takeaway after the whole thing. It's like, oh, I can try to imagine and see how they would shoot this and shoot this multiple times. And like, how long did they take to shoot this scene? Or how long was this shoot overall? And all that, and how they made the game from it. How did that go? So that was the thing I came away from this experience with. It's worth checking out if you want some dumb fun. Again, there's moments of uncomfortableness with it, but it is also kind of silly to watch just to see how they use this location for every scene that they can. And just watching that design where it gets a little bit comical at certain points. It might be a game that you can like stream. I think having more people around for this one in particular would make it more fun, I guess, but it's not a hard recommend. You have to check it out. Compared to all the other FMV games I reviewed, this is probably my least favorite one overall so far. And yeah, you can check it out. It's available on PC, on Steam, and like I said, it doesn't take you too long to get through if that is your style of game.